Dear spectators, 1 minute to go. On behalf of the International Judo Federation, the United Arab Emirates Wrestling Judo Federation, and for all our sponsors, welcome to the final call of Abu Dhabi Grand Slam 2017, United Arab Emirates.
Welcome to Abu Dhabi and the opening day of competition of this year's Abu Dhabi Grand Slam, one of the International Judo Federation's premier events. The capital of the United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi's skyline is a mix of modern towers, shopping mega centres and the spectacular white marble domes of the vast Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque. We're in the IPIC Arena, where the final block features all the medal matches in 5 weight categories. And we're going to begin with the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 48 kilo category that features Shira Rishoni representing the International Judo Federation. She's up against Paula Pareto of Argentina. And with commentary for this and all the medal matches, it's a very warm welcome to former world champion Loretta Cusack-Doyle.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Sheldon. And yes, this is going to be a very exciting final block. And as you said, 48 kilos, the bronze medal final against some very strong athletes. An Olympic champion in her own right from Argentina, Pareto in the blue, and Rizzoni, who's had an astounding performance today. And in my opinion, should have been in the final. So let's see how these two young ladies perform against each other. Pareto has had the advantage of winning against her opponent, Rishoni, so obviously that'll be in the back of her mind. But as we know, Rishoni's been on form today, so that could just turn all around.
Just a single slip from Shira early on.
Well, we've seen some good athletes go out today, haven't we? There's some highs and some real lows as far as performances are concerned. But here we are now, the bronze medal contest.
We were talking earlier on about a judoka whose name is going to come up later on, so we'll bring that name up. But right now, what we were saying was about the limitations, limitations in scoring techniques. And, Pareto almost falls into that with that low Morote, Tsuragi, Tsurikomi-goshi shape. And if that's not working, there isn't a great deal, after that.
No, there isn't. And she's very limited. And there's a couple of other athletes, like we say, that is exactly the same, that they are limited. They're technically, they've got something that's very strong, but they've worked it to death. They're so predictable now that if they don't go away from this tournament, realizing where the strengths and the weaknesses and what they have to improve, we're going to see the same performance next year, and they're not going to be successful because they've been known. And this is the advantage we have of video analysis and everything that goes on.
Yeah, for some, there isn't the luxury of time to go back, work on something and bring it back at the very highest level. And I think Pareto falls into that. What you see is what you get.
That's correct, yes.
The difficult thing for Rishoni is that she's so good at it, it's difficult to stop it.
Yes.
Anyway, we'll see which way this one is going to go.
She's got a very strong lapel grip there. She controls nice, and Pareto drops to her knees. And now Rizzoni is looking for the Sangaku turn. Very strong there with the legs. She's just trying to get that rotation over. Finding it very difficult. Pareto looking very strong down there and aware of what's happening and doesn't seem too fazed by it. The referee halting that situation, calling the mate. Both similar in stature there, very short, compact. Drops Sianagi there once more. Well, the referee there looking for video feedback and has decided that Pareto gets a Wazari. A very generous decision, in my opinion, but nevertheless, it puts her in the lead with 1 minute and 46 seconds remaining. Well, looking very focused there. Rashoni knows what she needs to do now. She trails with that Wazari on the board against her. Shoni has also got a Judo there and is looking a little bit vulnerable down there in the Niwaza. While she's there defending, she's not really capable of showing what she's capable of doing in the Tachiwaza and get an opportunity to come back into the play of this contest. Lovely drop Sianagi there once more. Picking up the second Wazari. As she tries to follow through into the Niwaza, again you can see the Sangaku. She's trying to come through looking at different options down there in the ground, but none of them are successful enough. Vishuni drawing her opponent's head down. Not really had much of an impact in this bronze medal final at all, and finds herself with 22 seconds remaining. It's looking more and more unlikely that she can come back.
There hasn't been the threat from her.
No,
either.
She just hasn't got any sort of strength within this contest.
Typical Pareto workmanlike performance, putting up the scores, almost bent over, you know.
Yeah, very solid athlete, quite strong. Down. It's very difficult to come in unless she comes upright. And there she takes the bronze medal here in Abu Dhabi, Pareto of Argentina.
Well, there was no surprise package there for Shira Rashoni. She knows Pareto very well, and she knew coming into this match exactly what it was that she was going to have to face.
Yes.
But it was something that she couldn't get past. Here's some highlights, and we'll be back with more action from the opening day of competition.
And the victory of Olympic champion Paula Pareto, Argentina.
Well, there was the first attack that put the pressure on. Again, that was the Wazari, straight off the sleeve grip. Rashoni really didn't have any defences on that at all.
Now, you and I know from coaching what our, conversation with our fighter would be. Once she gets that, the hands on, you know what's coming. You've got to find a way to start defending that.
And that was the problem. She was able to maintain the sleeve grips, and Rashoni really didn't have much to come back from on that.
Coming up next, the second of the bronze medal matches features Chernovitsky Ava of Hungary. She's up against Otkonsetsid Galbadrak of Kazakhstan. It's Chernovitsky in the white judogi, Galbadrak in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Everardo Garcia of Mexico, who arrived from Mexico into our hotel. He was staying in the same hotel as us, and they had a Mexican night.
Oh, did they? And they thought it was for him.
For dinner.
All right.
Just what he didn't need after his long trip. There's Gal Badrak making her way into the arena.
Gal Badrak, I call her the little pocket rocket. She's got a little dynamo. She worked rate phenomenal, and it's got to be a favourite here for this bronze medal. She should have been for me in the final of this weight category, but sadly it wasn't to be. Dogova was on flying form today and defeated her in the semi-finals, but she's here fighting her way through for this bronze medal.
Came into the competition as the #1 seed, did Gal Badrak, so
throws that left hand high over onto the collar, drawing her opponent down, side skipping. Well, it's a good start, a very positive start for the Kazakhstan. Well, Gal Badrak, as you can see, they're both opting for those sleeve grips. Very similar to what we saw in the previous match.
yeah, of course it was. I mean, it's easy for me to say you've got to defend against a particular type of grip, but given what we had said initially about Paola Pareto, knowing where the threat was going to come from, the minute that she took those grips from where that threat was going to come from, you had to be looking out for it, and Shira Rishoni couldn't come to terms with that.
Well, the Hungarian looks to be under a little bit of pressure. Those sleeves are being drawn down, and to a point that she's looking very negative, picks up her first Shido, but so does Gal Badrak there, because she's got the grips. It is obviously stopping the Hungarian, but she's not actually doing anything with it. So there's the negative approach to that. It's just a defense. It's not an engagement. And this is where all these rules have come in, is to try and get the athletes, when they grip, the attack, not grip to defend. And that was bordering on both, hence the reason both of them now have picked up a Shevnetsky there with two Shidos. One more would result in the hand Sokumaki, and she's still got 2 minutes remaining in this contest. It's a very uncomfortable position to be for the Hungarian, and really now has to start changing the dynamics of this contest to suit her.
And now Gal Badrak picks up the second penalty.
Second to a pair.
To me, that always suggests that they've come in with a tactical battle, because those are errors, and you get one, maybe possibly two, but the minute you get to 3 or 4, then you know that it's a tactical battle. We didn't sign up for a tactical battle. We wanted a good head-to-head, didn't we? Well,
yes, we were hoping. And based on their performances throughout the day, they've been actually quite good. They've been outstanding. So our expectations have been built up to be quite high coming into this bronze medal final. And a little bit of a letdown at this particular moment. But we've still got some time to see a sort of glimmer of hope. And there you've got Balgarak there that's... She's got that high collar grip. She's drawing her opponent's head down. And there we have that first score. Whether they class it as a stumble, I'm not sure. But, yep, definitely there was the Wazari. And with 1 minute remaining, the Kazakhstan is now in a good position.
Time's going to go very quickly now.
Well, yes, definitely for the Hungarian, because the pressure is now on. But we might see a little bit more coming from the Hungarian, because she's got nothing to lose now, and hopefully that attitude will come through, that she'll start fighting, possibly creating an opportunity for herself to even this up, and might even go into golden score. It's either that or she'll leave herself vulnerable enough that the Kazakhstan will capitalise on it and throw her again, and for possibly a pawn. So we'll just see whether she sits back on this, hoping that somewhere along the line she might get the opportunity, or she will take full control from the Kazakhstan and try and make a bid for either even this up or taking the win within the 25 seconds remaining. Well, it doesn't look like there's much of a change from the Hungarian. She's caught up on those sleeves. She's playing a waiting game, and the time is just ticking away. There isn't any options there, and I don't think she has anything left to give. So Temi was into the grand, and nicely executed to finish for another Wazari.
Well, that wasn't what the doctor ordered. Well, Dr. Chernovitsky, anyway, he didn't order that.
No,
maybe
not.
Dr. Kalbadrak did.
Well, at the end of the day, it's two scores, 2 Wazaris, and the last little bit at the end was quite a nice finish to what was it started off a bit of a head-to-head and very slow start.
She began to look comfortable as well, didn't she, Kalbadrak, at the end? You know, didn't come under any really serious threat.
You can see the highlights of these bronze medal.
And then right at the end, came up with a nice Satemi was to add, well, insult to injury really, because she'd already scored. And came up with that second score right at the end. And there's some bagpipes warming up in the background.
It's got a little bit of a Scottish theme for that.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? Yeah. Well, after the 2 bronze medal matches, we come neatly and nicely to the final of the under 48 kilo category. May not be the head-to-head that we expected, which really was Kalbadrak and Milica Nikolic. Instead, it's going to be Irina Dolgova of Russia to face Milica Nikolic of Serbia. It's Dolgova in the white judogi, Nikolic in blue.
Well, they've neither had a head-to-head, very similar, same age, 22. So this is going to be a very interesting match indeed.
Yeah, it's finely poised on the 2 points that Loretta has brought up there. You know, same age, both 22, and neither of them has got that much more experience than the other. You know, you can't say that Dolgova has been at a higher level for a longer time or whatever. It's very, very slim.
They seem to have grown up within the world of judo at the same timing, and most probably have followed each other through in the same weight categories as cadets and such and so on.
Dolgova has got superior knee, was it? There's absolutely no doubt about that.
No doubt about it. But she hasn't had that many opportunities here today.
True.
That's the one thing. She's shown, but she's not been able to create much openings and opportunities for herself to show us that. But in the previous events, we've seen some fantastic niwaza. So it's always the danger.
Nikolic, I would say, shades it on sheer gutsy fighter type mentality.
Yeah, I would agree there. She's what she lacks in possible technical input. She makes up in grit, hard determination. But both these athletes are very, very strong and very in good condition. They're able to sustain a sort of a level of contest right through, and we've seen a lot of golden scores here today, and these ladies have been part of those golden scores but still been able to keep that level of condition right the way through.
Dolgova picked up the penalty there, just guilty of just holding back for a little bit and making it difficult for both fighters to grip up, and the referee decided.
A bit of a Harai Makakomi there from Nikolic.
It's unusual for the really super lightweights to come up with the Harai Makikomi. It's normally one that goes at the heavier.
It was quite interesting to see what homed
scale.
in on the coach there for the Russian, Patrick Roux, one of the French coaches in the past. He also was a coach for Great Britain a few years back. Very Japanese style of teaching. Very much a very traditional philosophy behind his judo coaching. And you see this happening a little bit more with the Russians, that they, where before, like we were saying, their niwas are always been superb. They've been very, very strong down there. And their technique was always, their will to win was about being conditioned and strong, very powerful Russian women. Now there's a flare of ashiwazas and footwork. They're starting to become a little bit more elegant out there.
I was talking to the Russian coaches about the length of time that it takes, preparing women's teams for high performance. And he said it's not just, Russian women, it's just women in general. Everywhere you go, it takes a long time to get them, break them into that top group. You can come up with a 17-year-old, 19-year-old male winner, fresh from the juniors, but the likelihood of you doing that,
I'm surprised that it's because obviously for women, I would have said that the transition through from cadet to junior to senior is so much smoother, and you find a lot more younger women involved. But as the years have gone by, you see a lot more women being able to sustain that level for a lot longer in their career. Normally, in the past, at about 30, you would say they were really going to the end of their career. Now we're talking 30 plus, and they're looking at peaking. So they're able, with all the technology and the sports science and performance and the ability to sustain an athlete's and physically prepare an athlete's body for that length of competition career right through, is becoming more and more. So these women are staying out there much, much longer. So that experience is what these youngsters are being held back from now, because there is so many experienced women out there which have obviously got the maturity and age. And so that transition isn't as quick as it used to be.
Still the single Shido against Irina Dolgova. We're into the last minute. I wouldn't go as far to say as Dolgova is disadvantaged at the moment. Certainly if we get to the golden score period, that yellow card is going to loom a lot larger.
Well, the golden scores that she's been in, she's dominated through. Just a mindset just changes so quickly when she goes into golden score. But she's trying to get this side skip here. She's trying to get this ashiwaza going, but she's not managing to get them to flow with her. It seems to be a couple of side skips and then a stop quite still. And she needs to, whether it's her own confidence of being able to follow it through, I don't know, but she's got the first initial movement of the ashiwaza.
An error there from Nikolic as she failed to keep pace with the contest. Just had her arms stuck out for a little bit, and now she's picked up a penalty.
Well, there was a lost opportunity where Nikolic came across for what looked to be like a drop Hayatoshi, but left her elbow wide up there to be taken, and Dolgova didn't actually look at that as an opportunity. So both have got a Shido apiece now. We're into golden score. It drops Yanagi, and this is where we see a change each time from the Russian. Seen it in her previous matches that she just steps it up to the next level now. Ouchigari there, lovely attacks, stepping across. A nice flurry of attacks there. Ouchigari, there's a great combination there.
It's close for a score as well.
There's a lot more attacks being shown there than what she did through the whole 4 minutes in the contest. We've seen just the Kouchi, the Osota, the Ouchigari, the side skip, and there's the Shido.
Yeah, you don't get long 46 seconds into golden score. Passivity penalty picked up by Milica Nikolic. Leaves her with
This is the second gold medal for Irina Dalgova.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought I heard bronze medal somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's a gold medal winning performance for Dalgova over Milica Nikolic.
Well, she looked to dominate it right from the beginning, but into the golden score, she just took full advantage of that. But this is an opportunity that was lost. Before she's seen it, it was a little bit too late, but the arm was up in the air. And for someone who's so clever within the Niwaza, just lost an opportunity there.
We come now to the next of the weight categories. It's the under 60 kilo category. And the first of the bronze medal matches features Guzman Kyrgyzbayev of Kazakhstan. He's up against Sharafuddin Lutfilayev of Uzbekistan. Kyrgyzbayev in the white judogi, Lutfilayev in blue. The referee in the middle for this one, Jeon Yong-chun of the Republic of Korea.
And now, please welcome the athletes. In white for Kazakhstan, gold medalist at Antalya Grand Prix this year, Guzman Kyrgyzbayev.
Well, here's the athletes approaching into the field of play. Looks very calm and collective as he struts away in there. Kyrgyzbayev from Kazakhstan, as you can just see him on our screen. Soaking in all that atmosphere, waiting to approach.
The neighbours going head-to-head here, the Kazakh and the Uzbek. And I've spoken to Sharafuddin Lutfilayev on several occasions. He was quite forceful in his opinion about having been left out of the Uzbek team for the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio. His teammate, Diorbek Urezboyev, ended up going and winning a bronze medal. And I remember talking to him before. I said, well, you know, sometimes, you know, you can't have it all your own way. And then afterwards, he said, if I had it my own way, I'd be a bronze medalist by now.
Oh, gosh. Well, he's still young enough to get to the next ones. And he's starting off well, as you can see here, fighting away for a bronze medal here in this Grand Slam.
I was partway through telling him it was a good choice then, wasn't it? You know, to send your teammate, because he came back with a bronze. He said, yeah, if they'd have sent me, I'd have come back with one as well.
I'm surprised. Oh, that was so close of finishing there, but what aerial awareness from his opponent there to be able to come flying back on, placing the hand down over, spinning. Ouchigari placing the weight onto the wrong leg, though, allowing his opponent to hop out of that attack. Kyrgyzbayev, as you can see, with the arm round the back, controlling quite nicely. Oh, yes!
Yes.
Well, that was a lovely ippon.
Kyrgyzbayev is having a look up at the big screen. I'd suggest he wouldn't want to watch that one again.
No, that was an absolute cracker, that was.
He threatened him a couple of times with that.
He had showed that, and he stepped it over, they put the hand down. He was very aware with and in tune with his own body movements that he managed to get like a cat-like awareness and land back on his feet. But you only get away with that with so many times. You can't just keep threatening that. And Lutfilayev takes the bronze medal for Uzbekistan. It would be nice to see the highlight of that very technique that got him to the bronze medal and a place on that podium later on. Hooked in with the Uchimata and over he went. He tried to step it, but it was too far and too deep. Those hips went right through the center. Great sleeve control, upper body control, planting his opponent flat on his back. And that was some superb judo. Once again, very flexible.
See, that's a much nicer landing.
Lovely control there.
Good shot.
The upper body control was superb. He had that sleeve all the time in direction on that lapel, planting his opponent's body flat on its back. Oh. Well, no question about that.
Well, that was the first of the bronze medal matches. We've got a second coming up now, and it features last year's champion here, Francisco Garrigos of Spain. He faces one of the top favorites from today, Amiran Papinashvili of Georgia. It'll be Garrigos in the white judogi, Papinashvili in blue. Was Papinashvili the #1 seed today?
He was the number one seed, yes.
Yeah, he was.
For 10 Grand Slam medals, a real consistent athlete.
Referee in the middle for this one is Jefferson Vieira of Brazil.
He lost to the Brazilian in the semi-finals, Kitadao, for that place in the final. So he'd be pretty disappointed with himself there, but for me, it's got to be one of my favourites to take in this bronze medal here in the under 60 kilos. Well, he's longed to be a little bit cagey out there, and Garrigos really dominating in the kumikata and piling a bit of pressure there, but now it's starting to settle down. Sutemiwaza there from the Spaniard.
He wasn't there, was he?
Oh, no,
Garrigos thought about attacking, and
yes, he just thought, I'm walking away from this one.
Papinashvili got the movement perfectly right there. I'm not sure whether it was by accident or design, but he just happened to move away.
Well, there was a mistake there made
Ooh, and another one. Couldn't hold it.
Garrigos there really made that ultimate mistake. The control there from the Georgian, the arm round the back, controlling the movement as he came through. The Sutemiwaza more or less landed flat on his back and could have cost him with the Usakomi. Once more he comes around the back. This time didn't secure the grip. Papinashvili putting a little bit more pressure on his opponent.
To fighters who won't be featuring in the under 57 kilo category today. Well, not in the finals anyway. Joanna Rogic on the right side of that shot, lost out to Anastasia Konkina. And Telma Montero lost out, surprisingly, to Amelie Stoll of Germany, although it wasn't really a surprise to Loretta Cusack-Doyle,
No,
who
she was good.
rather fancied the German girl with a
She's quite an
good shot
impressive
at
young
that,
lady.
yeah.
She fought well, and she had a lot of guts out there and a lot of belief in herself, and I think that came through in her judo. It was a pleasure to watch her perform today, and look forward a little bit later on. Well, with 1 minute 23 seconds remaining, there's no score, but there's surprisingly, just saying no Shidos, but Papanashvili there picking up the first Shido. Just over a minute remaining. Good aerial awareness as he spins off the attempt of the Sutemi Waza.
lightest of the two men's categories that we're featuring today. The other is the under 66 kilo category.
Oh, Chigari there. Oh, lovely execution of that. Just lost the control of the upper body as he was trying to finish. Gagrigos there, rotating his opponent over, looking for the Niwaza, the Osakomi, but you can see his legs caught up. Really needs to tie the upper body. As he does, he's using his opponent's arm to tie up his own head, but lost the control there. But I think Gagrigos was more or less saying that it was Papanashvili was using his hand to push the head away. So seconds remaining, and it looks like we're going to go into golden score in this bronze medal contest. So again, it's very difficult to call this one. Neither one of them have sort of been shining out there and have looked any better than their opponent. So it's just a matter of how they set themselves up into this golden score. Can they go into the next gear and give 100% out there? It's been a little bit cagey at the moment, and neither one of them have been wanting to make that first move.
Just the single Shido.
Yeah, that's all there is. Again, an attempt. I don't know what that was, but you would have said a bit of a Sutemi Waza, but it was nothing like it, to be honest. He just fell on his back.
Yeah, just as he was.
It looked more that he was panicking. I don't. Maybe he felt that the power of the upper body control from Papanashvili was maybe just too much for him to stay standing with him, but. Well, Papanashvili, as you can see that arm coming over the top, but the Sutemi Waza there.
Maybe that's what he had in mind the first time round. That was a slightly better effort there, wasn't it?
Yes, yes, and it was much more control based on, I think, Papanashvili having that upper body control. He had that arm over the top that he was securing quite nicely, which most probably gave him a bit more of a feel when he came in for Sutemi Waza, but...
Well, we've had the almost the first minute, and both fighters attacking well.
And Makakomi there, but lost the control and the tightness of that roll, and now it's the Osakomi.
Oh, he's had to tap out as well.
Yes.
He's had to tap out.
Quite sure why, but obviously... Well, possibly looking at the shoulder, a crushing of the shoulder and onto his own neck. I'm not quite sure, but...
Well, if you get the right position and the right kind of squeeze, that becomes almost a shimiwaza.
Mm.
Especially if you can close the hands in and make the space really small. I unfortunately speak from experience there. having been on the receiving end.
Oh, I was going to say on the receiving end. I thought you were showing up and saying that's what you used to do.
In another life, I'm afraid, but I'm always honest. You know, if I've been thrown or dumped or whatever the case is, I'm honest. Garrigos it is who medals here again. He took the gold last year. He takes bronze on
well, his
this
consistency,
occasion.
and that's what we can say about this young man.
Let's have a look at the highlights from this one, and we'll be back with more action.
Well, there's the Osakomi. Yes, as you can see it. It was the shimiwaza. Yeah, he actually had his hand where we couldn't see it from this position. The hand was under the head, and he clasped his own hands together and put the pressure on. So it was a shimiwaza that he received the ippon for, which nice bit of judo.
Right, we come now to the final of the under 60 kilo category. Felipe Kitadai of Brazil faces Robert Shvidobadze of Russia. It's Kitadai in the white judogi, Shvidobadze in blue. If you're just joining us, a very warm welcome to all the medal matches in this final block here on the opening day of competition at the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam. Salaam alaikum to everyone, in particular Nasira Mohammed. The referee in the middle for this one is Frank Wolf of Germany.
London Olympic Games bronze medalist and 7-time Pan-American champion, Felipe Kitadai.
There's a look at Robert Shvidobadze as he prepares to take to the tatami. Fully bearded this time, Robert Shvidobadze. Kitadai, well, maybe he looks as though he's missed shaving for a couple of days. Nothing serious. Right, we were underway with the final of the under 60 kilo category. First attack comes from Kitadai. It's a low right-sided Morote Siranagi effort that's in and then immediately out as he realizes it's not going that far. Where did he stop to grab defensively? Gets away with it anyway.
Well, on paper, the Russian is obviously the stronger of the two, ranked world number 8, and he's looking quite powerful out there. As you can see, that right-hand high collar grip when he gets it, which is being swiftly dismissed there by the Brazilian, knowing obviously that is going to be the danger if he's allowed that high collar grip. Shvidobadze. Obviously, these two have competed against each other, and the Russian has the upper hand as far as the wins are concerned. No, he's had that win already against the Brazilian. Will have been going into this contest a little bit confident. Well, very strong grips there from the Russian. As you can see, he's holding that sleeve. He's got the lapel grip as well as he draws his opponent towards his chest, looking for an angle in with the Uchimata. Kitadai, his head's down. Oh, again, one of those really strong grips, but doesn't seem to follow it through with anything at this moment. Today with a Judo on the board. 1 minute and 23 seconds remaining in this contest. Picks up the second one for just holding on to the fingers, that grip, negative approach to engaging into his opponent. He tries to throw that arm over the top, but wasn't successful. But there you have it, the Russian in there first again. So he draws his opponent once more towards his chest onto that. There's a Sutemiwaza.
Good head-to-head this between Kitadai and Shvidabadze.
It's very tight, isn't it? A very tight match.
Best place for Kitadai to be is in 3 minutes' time, still on the mat. Because he's got better fitness and conditioning than Shvidabadze. Shvidabadze, come 4 minutes, you know, he's going to be spent. So Kitadai by then should be able to steamroll him. The problem is the 2 yellow cards that he's picked up.
Yes, Shvidabadze is looking, he's actually looking very calm out there. He's in control. Doesn't seem to be too phased. I don't think he's actually stepped into second gear as yet, but I think he's...
He hasn't got one.
Maybe. There's a possibility. Maybe the gear stick is just broken. That's it. He's first gear, and he's just hoping at one stage he's going to start going downhill and accelerating slightly. But there we have 21.
They want to have a look at the penalty that was just given out. Now, for me, there is one penalty that you've got to go to for the referee, and that's when the fingers go inside the judogi, because he's standing a metre away. He can see that, and the only thing will be that Kitadai has done the same thing. And
yes,
they,
and the fact that they're asking them to
tidy up
their gis always is a good indication something's going to happen. And
well, we've got a big screen up here that we can have a look at, but Kitadai has failed to come up with an attack.
And that's the third. And the Hansokimaki, so the win.
Yeah, well, that's a rather unfortunate end to what was looking like a really finely balanced balanced contest.
Yeah, definitely.
But, you know, the rules are that you need to attack within a certain amount of time. And whether or not, you know, we agree with that kind of thing at home is... you know, by the by, because the fighters know that, and what they can't be allowed to do is to bend the rules in order to suit themselves, making it difficult for their opponents. We've got to apply the rules properly, and if you're not attacking, then you pick up a Shido. If you've already got 2 Shidos, we can't say, oh, we won't give you the third because it'll end the contest.
Yes.
It's an infringement, and you pick it up irrespective of the time or whatever it is. Now, I think what we're going to do now after that final, Robert Shvidabadze taking the gold medal, is to have the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 48 kilo category.
That's correct.
I can see, however, that there's a bigger presentation party than usual assembling down at the far end of the competition hall, although I can hear the presentation music, so it looks as though that is underway.
United Arab Emirates, His Highness Sheikh Neyhan bin Mubarak Al Neyhan, bronze medalist for Kazakhstan Otkonsese Galbadrak, and for Argentina Paula Barreto.
Right, okay, the medals are being presented now, and the first of the bronze medals goes to Otkonsese Galbadrak of Kazakhstan. And to Paula Barreto of Argentina. Silver medal goes to Milica Nikolic of Serbia.
And gold medalist for Russia.
Gold medal goes to Irina Dolgova of Russia. And the medals are being presented by His Highness Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan, Minister of Culture and Knowledge and Development of the United Arab Emirates. The prize money and awards are being presented by His Excellency Mohammed bin Tahoub Al Dari, who is the President of the United Arab Emirates Judo Federation. His Excellency is a regular at these events. I don't think I've ever seen him miss one, which is nice. It's good to get that kind of support for your national federation. And now the national anthem of Russia.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIP and Judoka.
Horetto and Galbadrak were the bronze medalists. Nikolic took the silver, but it was Doldova who walked away with the gold medal. I thought there was something slightly different about the presentation party, and they're taking to the center of the stage again. And I think what's going to happen is that His Excellency Mohammed bin Tahoub Al Dari, President of the United Arab Emirates Judo Federation, is making a presentation to His Highness Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan for his continued support for judo and judo development in the United Arab Emirates. Here you go. That presentation having been made, we're going to move swiftly on to our next weight category, and that is the under 52 kilo weight category. We're going to have the first of the bronze medal matches, and that features Joana Ramos of Portugal. She's up against Gilly Cohen, who's representing the International Judo Federation. Ramos in the white judogi, Cohen in blue. And the referee in the middle for this one is Vasily Smolin Jr.
Well, when you looked at the statistics there, other than the maturity of Ramos in age, very, very similar. Very similar as far as matches and head-to-heads. They've had 3, and it's 6, and it's been 3 all. So very interesting indeed how this match is going to sort of pan out here today. Well, these two ladies will be battling away here. No strangers of competing against each other.
Yeah, this is another contest that I think where the fighters are really evenly matched.
Oh, yes, very, very even. There's only the difference of age, really. There's about 4 years of a difference, 4 or 5 years. Ramos, more senior.
Ramos may be a little bit more, if we can describe it as punchy. You know, she's that little bit more...
she has a bit more of an aggressive approach
absolutely,
to this contest. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. She goes into her grips as an attack. And a boxing sort of like style, really.
Gilly Cohen is a quiet, slightly more reserved fighter who, the minute she steps onto the mat, has one purpose and one purpose only: win.
Yes.
Of course, she doesn't always. But,
she's very focused all the time in every contest she comes into. She's not easily distracted by anything, and in fact, I don't even think if she had a coach there, she would even worry if he was there or not. She's very direct and focuses on one person, and that's the one in front of her. You never ever normally see her take her eyes off her opponent at any stage.
Yeah,
she goes in with that plan, and she tends to stick with it.
There's a degree of intensity that's almost to the point where, her cup spills over. Just that little bit, needs to control. But that can take a bit from your energy and, your nervous energy, a little bit too intense.
She stares through her. She doesn't take her eye off her at all.
Finely balanced at the moment, half the contest gone. Just a single Shido against Ramos.
An Uchi to Uchimata combination there from Ramos. Really didn't give herself much option there. She came with the Uchi, never really committed to it, and then decided to change. But Cohen had an opportunity of countering there with the upper body control, but failed to really follow through on it. Ramos, comparing to her opponent, looks a little bit more scrappy and a little bit out of direction instead of direct, where Cohen is hands in and directly towards her opponent. Ramos tends to come round the sides and to come in.
She's also, if truth be told, slightly untidying some of in some of the gripping
exchanges. She's looking very scrappy out there, and
she's not averse to missing a couple of the grips.
But even when you actually look at the two athletes and visually look at them, and there's one that's still crisp and tucked in and precise. The other one looks like she's been through a hedge backwards. She's like just dragged out there, looking a little bit worse for wear and untidy.
Chance for the turnover here.
Well, Ramos is...
Good turn.
Great opportunity there. Sadly, she missed out. She lost out, and that great chance there to finish it off.
Just turned at the right time. 2-1 now as far as the penalty score count is concerned. I didn't even see that coming.
Yeah, so 2 Shidos now Ramos has, and with 26 seconds remaining. It's looking like this could go to golden score, but again, when you see Cohen, she's very tidy. It still looks like she's got bags of energy out there.
Single score would do it now. No chance for a comeback if you score now.
Again, with Ramos, she throws that leg up as if she's going to do an Ashiwaza, and it looks so scrappy and out of control. Ramos there tries to go for the high collar grip, and Cohen tries to come around the back, but Ramos really nearly had that Makukomi. It was close. Cohen kept the high collar grip that little bit too long without doing anything or following through. Oh, Sianagi, she switched it to the opposite side. That was most probably one of the strongest attacks that Cohen has done in this contest, and to the complete opposite direction. Again, she throws her arm, but there's Ramos looking for what looked to be the Uchimata, but she also had the Makakomi upper body control. Well, Cohen very powerful on that grip. Doesn't seem to follow it through, though. Cianagi, oh, and there you have it. Just coming up to the first minute of golden score, and there's the Wazari with the Ippon Cianagi.
Persistence, stickability.
Well, she was just precise all the time, and for me, she was putting in the strong attacks in that golden score. That high collar grip was going to be the opportunity for her. There was a couple of times you just felt that maybe she could have come unstuck with the Makakomi from Ramos, but no, she stuck to her guns and what she had planned to do, and it came through for her.
Look how nicely Ramos congratulated her after she won, and Gilly Cohen was almost shy in the reception of the fact you've won. You know, well done. She said, "Oh, did I? Yes. Sorry about that."
So here's some of the highlights of that contest. As you can see, the Ippon Cianagi, nicely executed, really tight on that arm. There was no way that Ramos was going anywhere other than over.
Yeah, that's,
nice.
Well caught.
Oh,
for all you
it just looks better
watching,
each time we see it, don't it?
Yeah, for all you youngsters watching, trap that arm.
Yes, and that's where the mistake is. Sometimes they throw their arm in and it gets caught up onto the shoulder and around the neck and they lose control completely of it. But she caught it right on that bicep, drew it in under the arm and then went for it and had full control.
As tight as possible on the arm, and then the roll pays off. Right, Alexandra Larissa Florian of Romania faces Angelica Delgado of the United States of America. It's Florian in the white judogi, Delgado in blue.
Well, again, you can see the world ranking 9 to 10 and very, very similar in statistics. It's going to be a very interesting match, this one.
And now, please welcome the athletes in white for Romania.
Well, very confident young lady there coming out for representing America, as you can see her there.
And in blue for United States of America, this year Pan American Championships bronze medalist, Angelica Delgado.
And Florian, who has the upper hand of winning the head-to-head in previous competition. One thing I like with Florian is that she has, a lovely ass she was her. She said, she did it before I could say it. It was, I need to speak faster. But yeah, she uses full advantage. She is slightly taller. She's very long long limbs and very tall for this weight category. And she uses her size so superbly with the feet, the ashiwazas, the uchimatas, the osotagaris. She really takes full advantage of the reach that she has with the arms and those lovely long legs that she has.
We've seen some nice ashiwaza today, not least of all from Florian, but also from Mezhetskaya in the under 57 kilo category.
That was lovely, wasn't it? Delgado there with the Ouchigari and decided that she was going to change to go forward. Didn't really persist on the Ouchi. Didn't get that spin off it. She pulled in. Oh, look at the feet. Lovely as she was there. Oh, and again, those feet are just working superbly. Another Wazari. It's just picking her off there at this moment.
Nice timing.
And I'm always a believer, you got good as she was, then you can do so much more in your judo. It's most probably one of the most underestimated techniques to have, but the most skillful things to produce on a contest mat. The Japanese seem to have that off as a real flair, but they make them so dangerous. Well, Florian looks so comfortable out there, and never at any stage has she looked like she was out of control in this contest. Has dominated it right from the beginning. Delgado has had a couple of real hard knocks in this contest, and I think it's now really knocked her confidence a little bit out there. And she comes in with that Ouchigari once more, but she looks a little bit apprehensive, and rightly so. As soon as the skip's there, and she's got to watch the feet. And Florian, as you can see, trying to get down that sleeve. Reaches up with that left hand to come round the back of her opponent's right. Crosses over the top again. That height advantage, those long limbs are just an extra bonus here in this contest. Delgado taking the second Shido. Just now it's just the salt and the wounds. The two Wazaris against her, two Shidos also on her side, and it's what can she do to come back from this. With 44 seconds remaining in this contest, it's looking more and more unlikely that Delgado can come back into play. Oh, and a lovely Uchimata once more. Those long limbs come through. Score a Nippon, and that's a lovely finish for this bronze medal contest.
I think that comes under the heading of comprehensive defeat, doesn't
Definitely.
it? Really
well, watching that match, it was as good as watching a final for the gold and silver. It's this young lady, for me, should have been in the final of this competition, but it was a very tough weight division with some outstanding athletes represented in it.
Yeah, just the one loss for the number 3 seed to Florian. She lost to Charlene van Snick.
Oh, Van Snick has been
Belgium.
excellent. Yeah, she's.
And we'll see Van Snick in the final. Florian then went on to defeat Evelyn Schopp in the repechage contest.
Well, Van Snick is the one that I feel is going to win, based on her performance today, the gold medal here.
And we will find out, because coming up next in the final will be Erika Miranda of Brazil. She will face Charlene van Snick of Belgium. It'll be Miranda in the white judogi, van Snick in blue. We'll finish off watching the highlights.
Well, look at that finish there with the Uchimata. Oh. Flexibility and power that was generated through that attack. Doesn't even look like she's broke sweat there.
Welcome to the final for women under 52 kilos.
Well, Miranda has the upper hand here, and she's got 3 years maturity in this contest, and there's 123 wins to 103. Not much between them, and won by Ippon again, 59 to 68. Ranked number 3, Miranda, 15, Van Snick. So, and that's just most probably those 3 years extra that she's had on that world circuit. This is going to be a very interesting match indeed, but my favourite here, based on just today's performance, has got to be Van Snick.
And in blue for Belgium, London Olympic Games bronze medalist in under 48 kilo, Charlene van Smeek.
The stadium announcer just reminding us that Charlene van Sneek was a bronze medalist at the London Olympics, and then adding additionally that it was under 48 kilos. I like that. I like that touch,
yes.
You know. He's on the ball.
Well, she's made that transition from 48s into 52s. And that's not easy, because it is really such a difference. Massive change from 48s to 52s. Well, circling motion between both these. Neither one of them wants to engage straight in, but then you have Van Sneek that's been gutsy enough to go first, but Miranda straight in to the knee waza and the shimmy waza. Van Sneek made that massive mistake as she went down to look up to find out where Miranda was, and the next thing she knew, Miranda was hanging off her neck. Feisty Brazilian, looking very confident out there. Attempt of a Sutemi Waza from Van Sneek there, trying to draw her opponent down. Van Sneek, as you see, both of them looking to keep that sleeve down, both controlling the left to right sleeves. But Miranda taking the Judo for that very grip. Van Sneek stepping across for the Siotoshi, scoring her first Wazari, now puts her in the lead with 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this contest. So that's got to be a bit of a confidence boost there for Van Sneek as she works her way into the knee waza, looking again for any opportunity down there to pile the pressure on Miranda and also have the clock tick away quite nicely. But the perseverance with that Siotoshi paid off and puts her in that comfortable lead. We're still halfway through this contest, so I don't think that's the only score we're going to see. Miranda trying to get past the defences there, piling a little bit more pressure on Van Sneek, and we know that Van Sneek can't hang on to this. She still has to engage herself in this contest and fight through. Leaves her head open a little bit, and Miranda comes in with the Uchimata, trying to follow it through in the ground. Van Sneek comes back up on top. Oh, she's got that arm there.
Ooh.
And
yep,
a nice little bit of niwaza there. Wasn't sure how effective it was, and I think Miranda underestimated how effective it was as well.
Stayed in there a little bit too long.
Stayed in there far too long. Thought she was going to be able to pull herself out or hold into that position, but that was the biggest mistake she'd made. And Van Sneek takes the gold medal for Belgium, and in style.
Yeah, you know, you run the risk sometimes of what to do in that, what appears to be the top position. You know, you're a partner, your partner is down and you're on top working away, but your arms are extended. And if you're not careful, you know, you can find yourself trapped. And that's exactly what happened to Erica Miranda. And by the time that she realizes it's not, yeah, she's had to tap there. And it's an unusual one.
What she's done is she's gone over the arm and under.
Yeah.
She's braced it against her own leg and then pushed it out to the side. So she's actually put the leverage not on the bicep, but she's actually put it on the joint of the arm, and right on the side.
It's really nicely done. She doesn't need to...
Very effective.
See, she would have been protecting her right arm from the roll into the Juji Gatami, but it was the left arm that got caught from that side.
The mistake she made, Miranda tried to bring her up. She tried to lift her up, and what she did, she accelerated that by stretching it out herself. Very nifty.
The medals are being presented in the under 60 kilo category. And the first of the bronze medals goes to Francisco Garrigos of Spain, and then to Sharafuddin Lutfilayev of Uzbekistan. Silver medal goes to Felipe Kitadai of Brazil. The gold medal goes to Robert Shvidobadze of Russia, and the medals were presented by the president of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Marius Visa. Well, here are some highlights from the under 60 kilo category final, and as soon as those are over, we'll have the anthem, a family picture, and then we'll be back. Then we'll be back with more action. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Russian Federation.
Now the national anthem of Russia. Two in a row for Russia, that is. Irina Dolgova taking the under 48 kilo category, and now Robert Shvidobadze coming back with a gold medal in the under 60 kilo category. There's that family picture that they talk about, and when the two VIPs move on, we'll be just left with the winning quartet, Garrigos and Lutfilayev. The bronze medalist, Kitadai, took the silver, and it was Shvidobadze who came up with the gold medal. Right, we've got the next of the weight categories. Now we'll begin with the bronze medal contests in the under 66 kilo category. And the first of these features Davidoj Timurkhaleg of Mongolia. He's up against Abdullah Abduljalilov of Russia. It'll be Davidoj in the white judogi, Abduljalilov in blue. And the referee in the middle for this one will be Veli-Matti Kaninkanta of Finland. That's as much information as I can give you. The rest of the information you're going to get from Loretta Cusack-Doyle.
Well, there you can see it, the statistics there. We have not much in it. This is very, very close, but Davidoj there has the advantage of 2 wins over his opponents in the head-to-heads. But as far as age and that is concerned, they're very, very close indeed, and this will be a really interesting match. Both these athletes have performed outstandingly today, but it's been a very tough weight category indeed. 31 athletes participating, and some very strong contenders for these medals. So the last match of the day for these two athletes and the last chance to gain and get their hands on that bronze medal. As you see Davidoj there from Mongolia in the white. Abduzaliov there in the blue representing Russia.
Davidoj came by the IJF broadcast studio earlier on today during the break, and it was with the IJF media manager, Mark Pickering, and as he walked past, we asked him, was he asleep in the first contest? Did he?
Yes, that was a little bit scary,
he
wasn't he?
He was
came
quite
out,
flat, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He was very flat in the first match.
He picked himself up. That's right.
Babadazda or something, yeah, was it?
He picked himself
the
up.
Azerbaijan, but the Azerbaijan, he was strong. He was good. It was a tough one, but totally underestimated and came out very sleepy indeed.
He's made it to the bronze medal match. There wasn't room enough for what was going to come there, which was the big Yoko Sutemi was a counter, but he would have put him into the advertising hoardings if he tried that. So probably thought better and just, leave it.
Well, it was a very fast skip as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, they covered that ground very, very quickly.
Oh, Sodi there.
Oh, over he goes.
Oh, and Ippon.
Oh, he's not happy.
No, it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't look happy there at all.
Yeah, he had trouble with that elbow earlier on, he said. Shoulder and elbow, and now it's definitely done. I'm just trying to think if that's the side. Now, when we were talking to him, he indicated his shoulder. That would have been, he would have been standing on that side. It would have been the left. So let's have a look and see if he's holding anything on the left side of his body.
No, is it his left or is it?
He didn't shake earlier on with the right hand.
It is
He's using his right hand, so
yes,
it is his left.
It's left.
Yeah, just let's have a look here.
Yeah.
Yeah, left hand is nowhere near it. That's hanging, so he's got some problems down that side, definitely.
Well, Abduzaliov there takes the bronze medal for Russia in the under-66. So that was a very quick win for the Russian. And here's the highlights of that very match. Strong grip there from the Russian who comes through. Well, it looked like there was a little bit of pressure there on that elbow with the head. The head trapped the elbow and locked it as he went over.
And if he was suffering anyway, this is not going to do it any good.
Yeah, that wouldn't have helped. Definitely looked a bit of a sore one, that's all I can say.
Coming up next, the second of the bronze medal matches in the under 66 kilo category. Vaza Margvelashvili of Georgia faces Yildiz Zhumakhanov of Kazakhstan. It'll be Margvelashvili in the white judogi, Zhumakhanov in blue.
The referee is from Germany, Mr. Frank Wolf. And now, please welcome the athletes.
Frank Wolf of Germany is the referee in the middle for this one.
Bronze medalist and last year European champion, Vaza Margvelashvili. And in blue for Kazakhstan, Asian Championship silver medalist, Yildiz Zhumakhanov.
Zhumakhanov there, as you can see in the picture, coming on to the field of play, and you've got Margvelashvili just entering the mat. Both looking very comfortable and very confident as well. Well, the Makakomi there from the Georgian. First exchange of grips and a first attempt of an attack. A positive start there for the Georgian, meaning a lot of business out there. Zumakanov there drawing his opponent down. He didn't really secure that grip well enough. Both very intense as they engage on the kimikata. Neither one of them successful enough to be able to maintain that grip. Well, there you have the left hand high on the collar from the Kazakhstan as he draws the Georgian's head over, but the Georgian coming in with the attack first. Breaking up any intention the Kazakhstan has, and also Kazakhstan picking up the first Shido. Georgian coming over with that left hand high onto the back.
Just held it there for a second and then let go, and that's why he didn't pick up the penalty for that cross grip. He's done it again.
He needs to follow through with an attack.
Just needs to be careful here. The only reason he's getting away with it is that Zhumakanov bent over and came back up with the head on one side. Yeah,
that's right.
Back on the right side. But he's got to...
it's too much of a hold there,
he's got to get upright. Zhumakanov, he's a little bit too bent over and defensive, and Frank Wolf has decided, sorry, pal, that's too much. Margvelashvili moving cleverly here, not doing a great deal, looking...
Got that arm round the back.
And then he does. And he may get given this depending on what they think about the head.
Yeah, that's...
Tries to turn him here.
I don't think there was much option there. Oh, gosh.
He goes off on the side there. I don't think he's attempting to bridge here. I think he's...
I think he's just attempting to try and get out of trouble, because I don't think he had much... Well, they're going to give it...
He did.
Well, it was there for a safety reason, but...
Yeah, they gave the Hansuka Make. Go ahead.
Yeah, when looking at it, it didn't look like it was a deliberate attempt to try and spin out. In fact, it looked like that he was trying to avoid hurting his neck even in a worse state than what it was. It wasn't a comfortable landing, full stop. But there, the rules are to protect the athlete, and if there was any thought, well,
probably not the best view yet. I think we're going to get another angle, and it's the shape that what does it for you is the legs and the lower.
It's the twist.
Yeah, the lower body.
And that's most probably what sealed the fate for him, is that I don't think it was a deliberate head dive.
No.
But when he got down and he hit the ground, he then tried to twist the body.
That's right.
To avoid. So it was the twisting of the body that just accelerated that move into danger.
And that's why they give it. Any attempt to avoid being thrown when you're on your head is going to be called the same thing as if you had done the dive yourself. It's hard not to. Right, the final of the under 66 kilo category. Tal Flicker, representing the International Judo Federation, goes head-to-head now against Nijat Shikhalizada of Azerbaijan. It's Flicker in the white judogi, Shikhalizada in blue.
Well, they've fought each other 3 times, and it's 2-1. Flicker having the advantage, or the disadvantage, I should say. And but the rest of the statistics is very, very close indeed. But for me, Flicker, he's not been one of the most exciting athletes out there today. He's been very cagey quite considerably throughout every match, and but he's consistent and he takes his time, but he has controlled every contest that he has fought in today. And not at any time, even though it didn't look very exciting, did he look like he was ever in trouble. So will he manage to be able to do this in this final? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Shikhalizada of Azerbaijan in the blue. Not seen too much of this athlete throughout the day. Well, flicker there as you got that lapel grip. Shaking it up a bit, just looking for an opportunity, creating that space to come through. And he's shown a couple of times with the Osotogari getting that long reach across. Seen in the first match of the day where he scored a Wazari, the Osota. And both of the athletes now picking up a Shido apiece. Tominagi from flicker, nice attack, very strong. Shikali Zada really needs to start coming into play here in this contest. He throws that left hand high up onto the collar, drawing flickers down to his knees, but there you come through with the Sianagi. Well, the Azerbaijan there has very strong grips when he gets them, but what waste when he drops down for what was an attempt of, well, a lack of attempt of a Sutemi was that picked up that second Shido, piling a little bit of unnecessary pressure on himself. And then Sianagi, over he goes. The Azerbaijan did well to just get out and spin out of that at the last seconds.
He's definitely looking the more dangerous of the two, isn't he?
Toshi there, yeah, but he just lost the control at that final stage there. But still, just under 2 minutes remaining in this contest. It feels like a lifetime these guys have been out there. So much has happened within a short period of time. Upon Sianagi, their attempt, the Azerbaijan was a little bit weary of that. Oh, and the Sianagi once more. Just losing control again at the end. And it's all coming from the Azerbaijan throwing that left hand over the top. Now that's 3 times that left hand's come over. And he doesn't seem to learn that at the end of that throw of the arm, you're going to go for the Sianagi. So he's tempted fate there 3 times. Is the next one going to be one that's going to seal his fate?
No, the next one, I think, is going to be a Shido
and a hand sokomaki.
Hand sokomaki, yeah. A Shido for passivity. He hasn't been able to put in an attack simply because Tal Flicker has been non-stop with the attacks.
And the thing is, it's a little bit harsh because it's not that he isn't engaging. He's engaging because he's then adding more fuel to the fire of Flicker as he comes through with that Sianagi. But it's been instigated by the Azerbaijan.
Oh, they decided to give
a Wazari.
It could be for the landing. I saw a couple of replays. Oh, that's
well, the Uchimata, so close.
Tell you what, the top half, he only just missed the top half because for sure I'm not going to make contact, but definitely on the bottom half there was contact. Not quite enough.
I told you about the pillar between us.
Right. wasn't quite enough to come up with the score. Now it's Flicker who just pushing that arm into the body.
Well, the Azerbaijan is again piling on the pressure, trying to get past those strong defences of Flicker, who's holding him out quite nicely there. He's still composing himself. He's not really looking too flustered by it, but he is in a better situation with the Wazari on the board and only 1 Shido comparing to his opponent with 2. He comes in with the drop Sianagi. Shikalizada really under pressure. Oh, and a Marote Sianagi. Lovely finish. And most probably the best match he's had throughout the day.
And the gold medalist in white, representing International Judo Federation, Tal Flicker.
The gold medal goes to Tal Flicker.
This is the second gold medal for Tal Flicker.
Well, another one of my predictions coming through, so keeps me a happy bunny. There you have it.
You can see the highlights of this final on the screen.
One-sided as he drops through for that Sianagi. Oh, it plants him just nicely.
It was a bit of a lashing, wasn't it, that last one?
Yeah, that was what you call a whizzer.
Over he goes.
Just seems to get better every time you replay it. Lovely execution there. One of the best matches, definitely the best match he's fought today. And what better time to do it in the final.
Well, we've got the awarding ceremony for the women in the under, where are we? 52 kilo category.
His Excellency Arif Malavani. Bronze medalists are for Romania, Alexandra Larissa Florian.
Bronze medals go, first of all, to Alexandra Larissa Florian of Romania. And then to Gilly Cohen, representing the International Judo Federation. The silver medal goes to Erica Miranda of Brazil. And the gold medal goes to Charlene van Snick of Belgium.
The first money flowers will be presented by Ambassador for Romania in the United Arab Emirates, His Excellency Mr. Adrian Magellan. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Belgium.
And now the national anthem of Belgium.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIPs and Judoka.
Family picture, and then we'll be back with more action. Florian and Cohen were the bronze medalists. Silver medal picked up by Miranda, and the gold, Charlene Van Snick. Right, we come with the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 57 kilo category. Dakota Smith-Davis of Great Britain faces Jessica Klimke of Canada. It'll be Smith-Davis in the white judo gi, Klimke in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Vladimir Nutsubidze of Georgia. Here is Loretta Kusaktor.
Thank you very much, Sheldon. And this is going to be a very exciting one for two reasons. Well, it's Great Britain on a medal match, and rightly so. World bronze medalist in Budapest this year, and Klimke of Canada, who's had an outstanding performance here today, is going to be a real tough contender for this young lady from Great Britain. Now, what we were speaking quite a bit about with this young lady, how predictable she can be. She's been very good at the drop Sienagis. They've worked for her all day, but has Dakota Smith-Davis been watching, and does she have anything to come back from? Trying to block those Sienagis and to be able to do her judo. Well, she's getting a little bit flustered there. Smith-Davis with the grip. And picks up her first Shido. So a little bit uncomfortable on the first opening 30 seconds of this match. Well, she's looking to take control now of the sleeves. As you can see, Smith-Davis working off her opponent's right sleeve, but that hasn't stopped the drop Sienagi. As you can see there, Klimke once more in there. A very strong drop. Breaking the balance of Smith-Davis. Not scoring, but still a very good, strong attack from the Canadian. Once more, you see that drop.
Easily dealt with that time.
She's very, very busy out there. She just tires you out. Watching her, her work rate is... It's excellent. She's very well conditioned out there to be able to keep going and sustaining that for this length of time. And has worked like this right through the whole competition. Smith-Davis likes to have it a little bit slower in her own pace, and it really needs to try and break this down, slow it down so it suits her style of fighting.
Loretta was hinting at the one-dimensional threat that Klimke appears to offer at the moment, but we've just seen the one attack from Jessica Klimke along that side that Dakota dealt with reasonably easy, just moved off to the right side and dealt with that. Let's see whether she's got a feel for it as Klimke picks up a second penalty with 2 minutes to go. Here's Loretta. Well,
Smith-Davis there, I think, has started to realise what she's capable of doing. Klimke has picked up the second Shido. She's got that sleeve. Dakota Davis knows that she has to throw that right hand high on the collar, break it down, slow it down. And she seems to have got a bag now on what to do. She draws the Canadian down onto her knees. And a defensive move from Klimke that's really...
Well, she can't complain if she picks up a third judo here, because the last effort was poor.
And it came from with that high collar grip from Dakota Davis-Smith.
And you can't get to a bronze medal contest and walk off with 1:45 left to go and you've picked up 3 Shidos.
Yes.
You haven't given up a score.
You can't argue with that at all.
You know, no one scored against you, but you've given away 3 penalties, 1:45 left on the clock as a result of a lack of alternative attacking
This
situations.
is exactly what we were saying earlier on, that athletes like Nakoda Davis is going to watch her carefully. She's a very clever, very intelligent fighter, and she knew exactly what she needed to do. It took her a little bit of time to get there, but when she did, that was it, all over and done with. She broke her down, and the penalties just kept coming.
Yeah, it'll be frustrating, but possibly this is a good place for it to happen in a learning process.
Well, we were saying that's the one thing that she needs to take from here, is that she's had some really good performances throughout the day. She's fought extremely well, but she's limited.
Coming up next, Amelie Stoll of Germany faces Anastasia Konkina of Russia. It's Stoll in the white judogi, Konkina in blue, Loretta.
Well, for me, the favourite's got to be Stoll. Liked her right from the beginning. I thought she's been a very impressive young lady. Nakoda Davis was the other favourite for the bronze. We've got one in the bag so far. But Stoll, for me, has been very impressive. And let's see if she can just continue that performance here into this final. Konkina, very strong athlete, fought extremely well in the semi-final. And she was pretty unlucky, I felt, not to go through into the final here today. But nevertheless, it'll be interesting to see how both these compete against each other. Well, Konkina, what a change there. Well, it looked like Konkina had her all over the place there. She hooked him, Ochi to the Kochi, came round the back, and look at the change of direction from Stoll. Fantastic. Close. Anybody else would have been lifted and finished by then. Amelia Stoll did extremely well, read that so right, and got the timing of that perfect. Again, she lifts up. Oh, the Ochigari. She put her down and lost grip. She lost control there. Konkina just capitalized on that. Nice score. And Wazari puts Konkina in the driving seat now with that Wazari.
Someone was going to go, wasn't it? They both decided
you know what? This is what's so exciting about this match. Either one of these girls are going to go for a big one. Oh, look at that. She Stoll was like, I'm gonna throw her away. She got confidence based on that last attack and engagement, but that confidence just became a little bit just too much. Underestimated Konkina quite considerably there. But that's what I like about this German. She's gutsy. She'll go for it, and she's got no fear when she goes out here in this contest. Again, look at that. That's a score. It's got to be a Wazari.
I think you'd already called Mate.
Oh, had he? Yeah. Right. Well, there's me getting carried away. You just want this to come back into play and just keep going. She cross grips again. She comes round the back. Stoll once more trying to instigate the next move. Konkina looking for that Ochi-Uchimata combination once more. Oh, she comes out and
almost the Sukeshi.
So close. Once again, there's the combination we saw in the previous. Uchimata sidesteps it. Oh, just didn't get that finish. Well, Stoll might be a Wazari down, but it's definitely not finished in this contest. She's still got 1.5 minutes remaining in this contest left, and she's making full use of it. Konkina there looking for the Niwaza, and as she does, the valuable seconds tick away for Stoll. Well, about 15, nearly 20 seconds have gone there for Stoll. Uchigari from Stoll. Uchimata 50-50 there on the attack. Wasn't sure which way she was going to go, but don't think Konkina knew which way she was going to move it on there. Again, once more, she looks for the Niwaza, and rightly so. The clock ticks away quite nicely for the Russian. Well, Amelia Stoll has 54 seconds to come back into play. Well, you just sense the anticipation of something happening big here, but as the time goes on, the quality of technique is starting to lose a little bit. Konkina picking up a Judo there, so it's one apiece. Stoll looking to try and create any opening there, working with her feet with the ashiwazas. The arms slipping round the back. Drop to her face there. Konkina getting herself out of trouble, and rightly so. But not realising if the referee to let that one go. Well, a gutsy performance there for Stoll. She really did try to come back, but great performance from Konkina. And a well-deserved bronze medal goes to Russia.
Yeah, the Russians are having a reasonably successful day here.
Very, very strong, aren't they?
2 gold medals. They've just taken a bronze here. Dolgova for the women. Abdul Jalilov, did he medal as well? Abdul Jalilov. Can't remember now. He picked up a bronze, didn't he? And who was the gold medalist in the under 60 kilo category? Robert Shvidobadze. There you go. It's a hatful.
This is the first medal for Anastasia Konkina in a Grand Slam. Congratulations.
Well, and well-deserved medal as well.
First Grand Slam medal.
Well, you've got to start somewhere.
Yep.
And what better than here?
We've got the highlights, and then we'll be back with the final.
Dear spectators, you can see the highlights on the screen.
And there's the winning throw. Great combination there. The Ouchigari. The Kouchi. Ouchi. Oh, she didn't give up on that one.
Dear spectators, we one more time kindly ask you, please show your respect for our medals by staying till the end of the awarding ceremonies. Thank you.
So here you have Dorsian, slightly up with 4 wins head-to-head, age 26 to 25, first stands. There you have 108 wins to 130. Slight more advantage there for Silva.
It's Dortsarin Sumia of Mongolia to face Rafaela Silva of Brazil. It's a repeat of the final of the Olympic Games in Rio a little over a year ago now. And as Loretta was just saying, 4 times Dortsarin has come up as the winner on the 2 occasions when Silva has won. They've both been in finals. It was the final of the Grand Prix in Dusseldorf in 2015, and it was the final of the Olympic Games in 2016. Well, here we are in 2017. Are we going to get 15, 16, 17 finals and 3 losses against Dortsurin? We shall see. The only time Silva has ever beaten Dortsurin has been when they've been in a final. They've been in 2 of them. Here's the 3rd.
Oh, well, that's a great start for Silva. Wazari in the opening seconds of this contest.
And Dortsurin doing absolutely everything to stay from going flat on her back there, just managing to give up just the Wazari and not the full ippon.
And there we have it, look, the highlight of that. Oso Tagari, oh, very, very strong indeed. Drew that arm under her own chest. Ocean did ever so well to get off of that frippon, putting the elbow down and driving forward onto her front. A real effort was made there. Oof.
Only because the elbow's down,
yes.
But everything else was good for me. I mean,
everything was perfect. It was just that elbow.
Just managed to get the elbow down, and
very lucky that she never got hurt from there.
It's funny because I've seen other things that I didn't think were as worth a score, you know, be given a score, because
yes.
Other bits of the criteria okay, but when that elbow gets down, they really say no. Unless you can get that out, then they don't feel that it's worth the score.
Well, both opting for sleeve grips, as you see there. Both will pick up a Shido apiece, I would imagine. Well, it's only going to Dortsurin, who gets the first Shido. I'm surprised. Both looked as if they were holding the sleeves down and in a negative fashion, but the Mongolian obviously paid the price for that. Dortsurin on the cross grip, uses the Ashiwaza to open up for the Sianagi. Sianagi. Now the Mongolian looks to be taking slight advantage here now. Stepping up a little bit now, controlling much more over opponent. One minute and just a minute and a half remaining in this contest.
We've got, for those of you who are not familiar with the identification of the athletes, on the back of the of Rafaela Silva, you can see that she has a gold back patch, and on Dortsurin she's got red. The red is used to identify world champions, and the gold is used for Olympic champions. So the current world champion faces the current Olympic champion. Lesser mortals have blue.
Well, it's just amazing that you see 2 athletes at such high level here. And when you look at the seeding was just perfect, wasn't it?
Oh, chance on the arm. Just got to get the leg to control that head. Oh, that was close.
Oh.
Sorry.
So when you actually see the seeding, you've got number 1 and number 2 seeds just there, bang, right, following it right through into, rightly so, the final.
You mentioned earlier on about the possibility that Daughter would be keen to get some revenge. That's got to be in there, hasn't it?
Oh, God, yes. You would have thought so.
They've been out there 6 times already, so it's not as though she doesn't know her and hasn't conquered her. Yeah, 4 times already she's beaten her. So
yeah, well,
she's got to find that.
If she beats her again, she'll get to take her home, I think.
And that winning formula. However, it's the 2 losses that she'd suffered. And those 2 losses, as I said earlier on, have both come in finals where it really counts, doesn't it? You know, you lose the final, all right, you're up on the podium, but you don't hear, you know, your anthem and somebody else's flag goes up, and it's just a little bit different. Into golden score. She's really fancied her chances on the ground, hasn't she?
Well, she's been putting the work in there, hasn't she? She's threatened a few times in the Niwaza.
No, Martina.
Oh, I think Sylvia has got a problem with the T-shirt, and I think it's a modesty thing that she's more concerned of at this moment. Yeah.
It's just hanging on by a thread then, just tucking it under the shoulder on each occasion.
Well, there's a real battle going on between these two. Very little that separates them. Lucienne has got a very strong grip. When she gets hold, she's able to... Oh, and the Sienagi... There's the roll,
yes.
Yes, that's
can't
beat
that one.
A continuation, that was brilliant.
Didn't punch the air, didn't smile, didn't celebrate.
No, just business.
Job done, yeah.
Just get it done.
Nothing personal.
Nothing personal.
Just business. I just needed to straighten that one out.
Yeah.
Well, now she's buried that particular one because this is the 3rd time that they've been in a final, and it's the 1st time that she's won. Also, she's come back to defeat the current Olympic champion and kind of, you know, put that one behind her if you can.
Yeah, it's trying to release some of the demons, isn't it? The judo demons, and that's a few out of the way.
And she's the current world champion.
Yes.
Dortsuren Sumir of Mongolia is the gold medal winner here in Abu Dhabi. Let's take a look at the highlights. We'll come back then with the presentation of the medals for the men in the under 66 kilos, the women in the under 57 kilos, and then a wrap up with some highlights. Stay with us.
Dear spectators, after the highlights, we will have the awarding ceremony for men under 66 kilos. So please stay with us till the end of the award ceremonies. Thank you for your cooperation. Dear spectators, the awarding ceremony for men under 66 kilos.
Now the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 66 kilo category.
Mr. Juan Carlos Barros. Bronze medalists are for Georgia, Vaja Margvelashvili.
The medals are being presented by the head refereeing director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Juan Carlos Barros, and he gives the first of the bronze medals to Vaja Margvelashvili of Georgia, and then to Abdullah Abdul Jalilov of Russia. Silver medal goes to Nijat Shikalizada of Azerbaijan. The gold medal goes to Tal Flicker, representing the International Judo Federation.
And head referee director of the Judo Union of Asia, Mr. Kawaguchi Takao.
Mr. Kawaguchi Takao is presenting the floral tributes and prize money. A total of 154,000 US dollars prize money here.
I'll just have the short change.
Yeah, can you imagine if you'd won some of that? You'd have won plenty, wouldn't you?
Goodness me, yeah. Would need to think about it.
For the official anthem of the International Judo Federation.
And now the national anthem of the International Judo Federation.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIPs and judoka.
We've got a photograph of the, well, they call it the family picture, don't they? Mr. Barkos and Mr. Kawaguchi will leave the stage and leave the winning quartet. Mark Velashvili and Abdul Jalilov were the bronze medalists. Shikali Zada took the silver, and it was Flicker who came away with the gold medal. Handshakes all round, and that will give us time to have a look at some highlights. Loretta Cusack-Doyle may have a few words, and then we'll be back with the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 57 kilo category.
Your spectators have been waiting for the last awarding ceremony for the women under 57 kilo. So once again, please stay with us till the end of the last awarding. Thank you. Dear friends, after the first day of Abu Dhabi Grand Slam, team of Russia had 2 gold medals. Also 1 gold medal for Mongolia, for Belgium, and also 1 for the International Judo Federation. Dear friends, you can see the highlights of the final block on the screen.
Right, I think everything is ready at the awarding ceremony end. Let's take a look and see who the medalists are. The medals, by the way, will be presented by the head sport director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Vladimir Barta. And the first of the bronze medals goes to Anastasia Konkina of Russia, and then to Nagoda Smith-Davis of Great Britain. The silver medal goes to Rafaela Silva. The gold medal goes to Dortsuren Sumia of Mongolia.
The prize money and flowers will be presented by board member of the United Arab Emirates Judo Federation, Mr. Mohammed Jasem.
Well, that's all the judo that we've got for you today, this opening day of competition here at the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam. We'll be back tomorrow when we've got 4 more weight categories to bring you. We can promise you more action, more excitement, a little bit more tension. We look forward to your company tomorrow on day 2, but now the national anthem of Mongolia.
Thank you very much. Family picture with VIPs and judoka.
Russia have ended the day with 2 gold medals. The International Judo Federation have picked up a gold. So too has Mongolia and Belgium. There then is the last of the medal-winning quartet. Konkina and Smith-Davis picked up bronze medal. Silver took silver. And it was Dortsuren to take the gold. That's all the action that we've got for you from the opening day. From Loretta Cusack-Doyle and myself, it's bye-bye for now.
And goodbye from me.